bottom of page 6, where Renaissance starts, until the end of page 7, let's start it. The Renaissance era came after the medieval period, and the Renaissance means rebirth. What was the reason they call the Renaissance era rebirth? Actually, Renaissance is a French word. They call the Middle Age or the medieval period also Dark Ages, because in that period of the history, there were lots of problems, wars, diseases, and people didn't have too much time to think about any other things than what they will eat, how they will survive, how to live without getting any diseases, and so forth. As the history went on and medication has been developed, all the sciences got more and more knowledge, there were much more possibility later that the humanity turned into focusing on more things than the survival. During the Renaissance, people took more of an interest in all things relevant to society and culture. Art, theater, literature, philosophy, and music uplifted people both culturally and politically. The art and the culture was very important at the Renaissance era. The printing press was invented during the Renaissance. If you see this picture, during the Renaissance, which allowed music to be printed quickly. What did we learn before? That the monks were copying with handwriting the music, the scores at the medieval period. So thanks to printing press, it was possible to print quickly the music and distribute it between people, because before the Renaissance, music had to be copied by hand. Christopher Columbus discovered America, and Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapel. William Shakespeare was writing his famous plays. One of the most famous persons from the Renaissance was Leonardo da Vinci. He was known as a Renaissance man because he could do many things well. He was a painter. I think everybody has seen this picture. This is called Mona Lisa, and it has been painted by Leonardo da Vinci. So he was a very famous painter, an architect, an inventor, scientist, poet, musician, and teacher. Word painting, also known as tone painting or text painting. It's a musical technique of composing music that reflects the literal meaning of a song's lyrics. What lyrics means? Lyrics is the words, the text of the song. Yeah. So if I'm talking about happy things, I'm trying to paint this in my music if I'm a composer. If I'm talking about sad things, bad things, let's say about death or any other sad things, I'm painting it, I'm coloring my music on that kind of feelings. That kind of feelings which is showing that. Hopefully we already know what a cappella means. A cappella means that with no accompaniment. Accompaniment, we already learned what is it, right? So we are here, okay? You can see here all the things, the week 5 a cappella, choir, music, yes. And in the notes, the bottom of page number 6 and the full page number 7. And please click on the URL that you are watching now. So where have we been? Sing we enchanted. It's a madrigal. Sing we enchanted, what a granted. Sing we enchanted, what a granted. Okay, if you look at why did I choose this video to show you, because actually they are wearing this choir is wearing the authentic clothing. Not only was it and all they chase, now is best pleasure to take our pleasure. You can think about the mood of this music. What do you think? Is it a sad music? Is it a happy music? I think everybody know the answer that surely it's a happy music. You will listen to this music later. Here we go back to the notes. You can see here the lyrics. Why did I choose this madrigal the another way? Because it shows how is this type of song or genre madrigal is. It's a very happy song. It's about happiness. It's about enjoying the life, enjoying the nature, and etc. It's a very common thing that they sing fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. If you hear after each verse, there is the fa la la. Yeah, there is the fa la la. There is the fa la la. It's like tra la 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 la, something like this. Okay, madrigal was the only one genre at the Renaissance era which was a non-religious music, or another name is secular music. There is 3 different genres, or I say popular song forms of the Renaissance. These are the 3 M's: madrigal, motet, and mass. Okay. We have learned also about different texture. We started the last lecture, about Gregorian chants. And we got to know this word monophonic texture. What is monophonic texture? If I have one melody and that's it. A melody all by itself is a monophonic texture. That's why all of the Gregorian chants at the medieval period, they were monophonic texture. What is happening at the Renaissance? The music, of course, is developing, is getting more and more rich, and that's why the polyphonic texture is coming in. Most Renaissance music was polyphonic. What it means? 2 or more voices of equal importance are heard at the same time. Yes. What did we hear about the Sing We Enchanted? Yeah, let's go back just a little bit. All things invite us now to delight us. All things invite us now to delight us. Yes. So You can't decide that which voice, the highest, the lowest, or the middle one is more important than the another. Yeah, all of them are having the same importance. That's called polyphonic texture. Later on, homophonic music began to appear. The music started to move in chords, which is a chordal music. This is the third kind of texture, or this is the third texture, which we will learn later, okay? But it's an important thing that you know three of it. What is texture? Texture is the way melody and harmony go together. We were already talking about the madrigal. It's a polyphonic music, usually love songs, secular music performed in groups. This is the only one which is secular music. Okay? The motet and the mass, they are sacred musics or religious musics. The motet is polyphonic, as we have learned that it came at the Renaissance, usually in Latin language, sacred music performed in groups, and the imitation is a quite important compositional technique. Imitation means if you imitate something. Yeah, so let's say there is a melody coming from one of the voice, and this melody is repeated in another voice a little bit later, and then repeated again in the another voice a little bit later. The same melody. This is which is called imitation. Well, the mass is like a motet, only longer, which follows the religious service of the Catholic Church and is sung in a very specific order. The religious service has already a specific order, and the mass is following this specific order. Different voices, which you divided for female voices and male voices. At female voices, the soprano is the highest one. The mezzo or mezzo-soprano, sometimes they call it mezzo-soprano, is a middle range, and the alto is the lowest. Now at the male voices, tenor is the highest, baritone is the middle, and bass is the lowest voice. The different types of human voice, if you see this at the future, the SATB choir is a very important thing to know. SATB choir means soprano, alto, tenor, and bass choir. Choir means that lots of singers are singing together. It's actually almost the same than in the instrumental music, the orchestra. Lots of instrumental musicians are playing together, and their instruments is an orchestra. If lots of singers are singing together, it's called choir, or actually choral music. And an SATB choir means that a choir which includes soprano, alto, tenor, and bass types of human voices. The soprano is from, this is the range, so from do until this la. If we check, because I have a piano keyboard somewhere, yeah, if we check, it's here. It's from, the soprano is from do, yeah, let's say sustain, it's from do, we go up until this point. So from Do till La. Right? Now let's see the mezzo or the mezzo soprano is actually a little bit lower because this is the middle range. It's from La till Fa. If you see, actually, this is another around 1.5 octave. These are the normal range. Of course, they are extreme ranges also, yeah, but these are the average human voice ranges. The alto is from Sol, yeah, just below the middle Do, Sol till Mi, yeah. These are the female voices. The male voices, the male voice starts from tenor, which is starting from a C, yeah, until Sol. Yeah, let's go back. Let's check this picture again. Look at it. See? From C till Sol. The baritone is from Sol till Mi. And the bass is from Mi till Do. Let's see. Yes. So tenor from C till Sol. Baritone is from Sol to Mi, and the bass is from E, from Mi till Do. Now, if we check this picture, we have actually one more that we didn't talk about it, and this is the countertenor. The countertenor is a very unique male type of voice. The countertenor, also contratenor, is a type of classical male singing voice whose vocal range is equivalent to that of the female mezzo-soprano or sometimes a soprano voice type or range. The countertenors are mostly using a special singing technique which is called falsetto or hi-hat voice, although the voice has been considered largely an early music phenomenon, like, let's say, at the Baroque era or at the Renaissance era. There is a growing modern repertoire collection for countertenors even nowadays. So at the modern music or at the 20th century, it was a rise of the popularity of the countertenors. Now, after introducing you the countertenor, I would like to show you one of the most famous Renaissance song of the world, and this is called Greensleeves. I think everybody knows it. There is a legend about that it has been composed by King Henry VIII, which is absolutely not sure, but it's still a maybe. This is the most famous song of the world, I think. The performers is the king singers. it's a music ensemble of 6 male singers, and you can actually hear that these 6 male singers are singing in the most different ranges of human voices. So it includes also a countertenor type of voice as well.
Alas, my love, it would be wrong to cast below this courtesy, and I have loved you so long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves.
Okay, you can watch it, you can click on the link and you can watch the whole song. So we have here the Sing We Enchanted. It was a madrigal, a choir music with an SATB choir. The Greensleeves was a singing ensemble, like 6 singers. I wouldn't say it's choir because choir requires more people, let's say like 20 singers. Okay, so ensemble, when less number of musicians are playing or singing together. In this case, it's, I think, 6 people. Okay, we were watching Handel Lascia Ch'io Pianga from Rinaldo. This is an opera by Handel, who was a Baroque composer, with Philip Jaruski, who is a countertenor. Let's see this one. This is a very beautiful aria. Aria is a singing genre, mostly in operas. When one solo singer, one singer is singing, mostly with an accompaniment, by the way. Okay, so this is a soprano. This is a soprano aria. Quite famous. This is one of the most famous aria or air from an opera which called The Barber of Seville, and the composer is Rossini. And this is baritone. This is one of the most difficult aria of the world.
La fatotum della città largo. Questa bottega che lameggia resto.
Well, I think we went through all of the things that I thought important to bring your attention there. Please watch these videos. Please read and learn the different terms and the different words of this lecture topic. And I hope you enjoyed this online lesson. I will open here a forum, and please just let me know if you have any question that you need to clarify or you need further explanation. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.